Okay guys, so we have it up on the big screen so you can see what's going on here. What I'm going to do is...
Yours will save your ass, mine won't. I feel like you gotta go my way. Beautiful.
Okay, so they're driving.
Nice one, you don't have to contend with other cars right there, you know.
This is both the car's fault and the driver's fault. The driver should have caught it, or
There,
could have
felt like
caught
you
it
were
if he would have
stopping.
tried a little harder. But so we got steering angle over here, and you got your lateral G's over here.
You know.
And they're complaining about the brakes, how the car doesn't like to stop when you get up above 130. So I'm going to start pausing it right here. So pay attention to the G's and pay attention to the steering angle, okay? Okay, so we're at 0.5 G's, that's fine. Like I said, we pull 1.2 in the mountains all the time, so not a big deal. But what he's doing is he's going to touch this bumper, and that's the end of his fun when he touches that bumper, and I'm going to show you why here in a second. And keep in mind, they're in sport mode, so the thing's super restrictive, so they're used to the back end. Even in Race 2 ESC off, above 100 miles per hour, above 90 miles per hour, the car doesn't let the back end step out at all. You can zigzag with the steering wheel, and that ediff just locks up and prevents the car from stepping out. But the car gets confused when it touches bumpers. So watch what happens here. So now we're up to 0.7 lateral G's, and here's the steering angle. Nothing crazy, he's not doing anything wrong. Okay, but he's gonna touch the curb, which is what's gonna get him. Okay, 0.8 lateral G's, steering angle is still at 14 degrees, everything's fine. Okay, so you can see what happened. Now what I wanna point your attention to is, this is the PDR screen right here, and I'm dead center with it. And in the very center of your screen, you can see he's now pointed at the wall. The car is pointed towards the wall. So the car has started to rotate. He should know, and he's still got his steering wheel turned to the left. And that's why on the last video, the Happy Thanksgiving video, I explained that if you're gonna drive these cars, you gotta be ready to do the school bus move and get this thing over here fast to, you know, correct. Otherwise you're gone. But what's counterintuitive is the car doesn't usually do this, so it causes people to become lazy. So these guys became lazy because they didn't believe that the ediff can glitch. But around we went, and just, how long did that happen? So we're at 542. Okay, so now I'm gonna rewind a little bit. Gotta take it back to 532. So it literally happens in like a second, you know what I mean? Okay, so here's where it starts. So at 542, so in less than a second of time, because we're at 542 right now, here's where it starts. He's pulling 1.4 lateral G because the car has already stepped out. That back end touched the curb. It dislodged the back end. It confused the car. The car cannot save you at this point. You have to turn back into it, okay, to recover. They don't do that. And they keep the wheel. Now, the car could have saved itself with locking up the ediff. It could have, but he wasn't doing the car any favors. So I hate to be this way, guys, but you see these people with all this equipment and helmets and trailers and trucks and da-da-da. Oh, these guys are professional racers. The fact that he hasn't even turned his wheel back yet, these guys are nowhere close to professionals. Like, these guys are, I'm just being blunt, they're worse than what we were at driving vehicles at like 10 years old. I'm not playing. Like, this is really bad. So I hate to be that way, but it's the God's honest truth. Don't think for a second that this is acceptable. You will kill yourself and other people if you don't turn the wheel. So anyway, so now he tries to turn back. He's at 24 degrees. That's nothing. That's not going to save him. So, okay, now we're still at 542. So in a second's time, the car has already gone from, you know, pointing over here, okay, to now pointing over here. So it does happen fast. So when I say that you got to do the school bus move with your steering wheel and turn it within a fraction of a second, it's not an exaggeration. You got to practice going to full lock. And like I said, you only got to go over there for a second. And then the millisecond that you start to feel the car start to come back and start to rotate back the other way, now you're turning back to straight to kind of meet the car in the middle. But anyway, the rest is history. They end up sliding 330 yards, 3 1/3 football fields. So right here, if there would have been trees or it would have been a mountain road, okay, he's off the road. If this would have been Tail of the Dragon or anything, he's off the road, and the passenger would be getting killed right now because at 84 miles per hour, the car is going into trees. Then he swings it back. He's still going. And keep in mind, he's locked the brakes at this point. So this speedometer is no longer accurate. He was going 80 miles per hour, every bit of 80 or 90 miles per hour still. So just because that says 50, that means nothing. The car's sliding sideways, so it doesn't have an accurate representation of what the speed is. So he's probably going 90 miles per hour still. And if a tree hit his side, 90 miles per hour. So either one of them, if a tree hits. So anyway, hopefully that helps you guys understand what's going on. And, you know, not until, let's look at how long it took him to get the full lock. I mean, it took him a long time. And you can say it's only a second, but that'll get you killed. So we're at 542. Okay, now he's finally at full lock, 543. So it took him a full second to get to full lock. You got to be faster than that. Otherwise, you're going to get killed. You shouldn't be on a racetrack. I don't know how else to tell you. It's just, it's not your forte. You know, I'm not the world's greatest artist, you know, with a paintbrush or whatever. I could practice and maybe get better, but this is really bad. The fact that they waited that long to get to full lock is, I mean, they deserve what they got. The car glitched and they got what they deserved. It's very important that you realize your skill level and lack thereof. And so, you know, he's got a passenger in the car with him. He's got girls with him in the car. I mean, and just because you're going slow in general relative to other people, that doesn't mean anything. It's like a, you know, Chinese lady driving around on the street who doesn't know what she's doing. It doesn't make you safe. Okay, but anyway, I hate to be like that, but it's the God's honest truth, guys. If those cones would have been a tree, they'd be gone.
Just let off the brake. Just let off the brake. Give it gas. We're gonna hit the wall. Oh, damn it.
Anyway, that's enough of that video. See ya.
No.